what a glorious day. What a day. Holy. The Wisconsin Republicans are literally demons. This changes everything. This changes everything. Republicans' goals to overturn like the election in 2024 if they have the opportunity to. This literally means everything. Chicago mayor. Yo, he's pulled ahead. Wait a second, he's pulled ahead even further. Everybody calm down. Patriots are in control. Calm down. Patriots are in control with 81% of the vote in.
This meme is very real.
Johnson is pulling ahead of Vallis. Let's go, Brandon. Let's go, Brandon. The craziest thing is that a lot of you, I wasn't keeping up with the Chicago race like too super closely, but one thing that is actually hilarious is that the police unions around, like the police union in Chicago, you know, well known for treating civilians very well. Yes, Chicago police, as you know, they said that if Brandon wins, that they're gonna like protest, they're going to boycott like working or some shit like that. Those uppity goofballs. Yeah, go ahead. Honestly, Chicago may be safer. In an officer-involved shooting, 4 3-year-olds have been pronounced dead on the scene. That's crazy. How was the officer involved? We never talk about that. We never talk about that. Also, Dave Wasserman, who's been Chirac? Huh? Wait. I'm not a Chicago native. Is that real? Do people call some areas of Chicago Chirac? Or Chirac? That is crazy. Yes? Yes! What? What is happening? It's super racist. Yeah, I mean... No, dude. What in the world? What in the world? I had no clue. That's ridiculous. Chirac. What the fuck? All right, well. Anyways, I guess before we get too off track, Dave Wasserman, who's been watching the race and who knows more than me, says, and there it is, 484 votes counted in Chicago. Brandon Johnson takes the lead over Paul, 50-11 to 49-89. Sorry, 49-89. You wouldn't want to call it without seeing at least some mail, but it's virtually done. Oh my gosh, it's Jover. The right people are mad. I celebrate. It's Jover. Oh man, Chicago coming through. I've seen enough. Oh man, you think he's gonna say it soon? You think he's gonna say I've seen enough? Ooh, I've seen enough. It's coming. It's on the tip of his lips. He wants to say it so bad. Well, Wisconsin, any votes in? There are. Sheesh! All right, guys, stop the votes. Dude, stop the count. Stop the count. Stop the count. It's over. She wins. Put her on the Supreme Court. Enshrine abortion. Make the maps fair, okay? That's it. It's over. Stop the count. It's over. It's done. It's done. Stop it. Unironically, please stop counting. A lot of Madison and a lot of Milwaukee came in. 72%. That's pretty good. 73%. That's also really good. That's really good. Will it be enough to like overcome the rural areas? We're not sure, but and some of these rural areas, even Janet takes the lead over Dan Kelly anyways. So I don't know. I was hopeful about this, and we're going to have to see. Mail-in ballots also tilt blue. This is the more the blue candidate. Anyways, Janet. Remember in like the election, the primary election, Janet won 47% of the vote. Daniel got 20%. So there was a pretty big ass gap between the two. I don't believe everybody is like that was like. So honestly, she only needs to pick up like 3 percentage points to actually win. Daniel needs like 30, but it's not impossible. Yeah, another Dem got 7. Yeah, it's not impossible, I guess, if they like put enough propaganda into the air. And since this is like one of the most expensive races in the history of America, No, it's not, you know, you can't necessarily say that it will never happen, but a little bit of switch here. Milwaukee went down like half a point or something for Janet. Madison went up by about the same amount. I don't actually know how bad Chicago actually is of a city. Like, a lot of people poo-poo on Chicago. But I mean, you know, we're gonna have to see. New, with 90% of the precincts reporting in, Brandon Johnson now leads Paul Veras by 3,800 votes. Oh no, he's pulling away. The rest of the precincts trend this way, might have an even more clarity tonight. Oh man, oh man, Brandon. Are there going to be 2 W's in one night? I thought there was going to be 1 L and 1 W, but the Wisconsin W was going to be way bigger than the Chicago one. But like, peoples, we could bring home like 2 W's in one night. And this is supposed to be a bad year for Democrats, like the last year. Well, as they say, as they would like you to believe. Oh man. Oh man, it's getting spicy in here. Oh, it's called? Wait, Wisconsin just got called? Wait a second. That quickly? Wisconsin with 13%. Daneco reporting liberal Janet Prozowicz. Protasevich. I think conservative 74-26 there. Believe it or not, 26 is a good number for Kelly. In Dane. Too early for it to be meaningful. 71% in. 71% in Dodge County, reporting Kelly leads 63-37. He'll need a higher number to win, considering it's a Trump plus 31 district. Oh no, he's underperforming. 36% in Dane is up to 79-21. That would be a winning pace. Oh no. 73% of Wood County, Wisconsin Rapids, and Kelly leads 56-44. That's a Trump plus 19 district. So again, not looking good for Kelly. He's underperforming everywhere. Half of the vote counted in Sauk County. Barabu. I love Barabu. I love that. A classic Wisconsin bellwether. Prozowicz leads Kelly 58-42. A great sign for her. And then recently, just now, I've seen enough. Janet Protasevich defeats Daniel Kelly for the Wisconsin Supreme Court. The result flips the ideological control of the court from conservative to liberal, a huge victory for the pro-choice side. Oh my, what a glorious day. What a day. Holy. The Wisconsin Republicans are literally demons. This changes everything. This changes everything. Republicans' goals to overturn like the election in 2024, if they have the opportunity to, this literally means everything. This literally means everything. Yeah, that's 36% in. And yeah, that's 36% in, and she's leading 60-40. It is very hard to see how he comes back from this. He's just not getting enough in here. And like, it seems, yeah, like Protasevich is like, she's actually unironically doing pretty well, like at 35-40, like high 30s, low 40s. Look at this one over here. She's like only behind by like a couple points, like 5 points. And some of these, yeah, like Kelly is like crazy underperforming. Is this what happens when you're a horrible human being and you sell your soul to the literal devil, but then it doesn't work out? Is this what happens when you don't have friends? Is it what happens when your friends on the other side literally laugh at you? Holy, is this what happens when your friends on the other side never ask you to come hang out? That's crazy. That's crazy. How sad. You had a debt to pay? Oh no. Daniel Kelly looking at these results. Oh, you're ready. No, it's too soon. Wait, give me more time. I can win this election. Just next time, just when a new Supreme Court seat is open. Come on, please. Just one more, please. Oh no. Bum 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 bum. That's so good. That is so funny. That is so funny. The POV, they were not ready. That's two. Wait, I mean, I think there's possibly 2 W's in one night. It's possibly I mean, like, Brandon keeps like expanding his lead. Look at this, 84% in, he expanded his lead again. 500,000 votes in, and now he's even more in the lead. Now he's over a percentage point over Paul Vallis. That may be literally it. This may be it. This could possibly be it. 2 big W's, one night. This is not supposed to be a great year for Democrats. The W's keep rolling in. I'm feeling them. They're washing over me. I'm taking a W shower right now. It feels so good. It exfoliates my skin. It moisturizes and protects it all at the same time. It's so bouncy. It's chewy. It's like bungee gum. It has the properties of both rubber and gum. It's crazy. They're not taking it very well. What the fuck? Wow! Oh, no. Not the punching your monitor. Oh, Brandon sends his regards. Oh, Brandon sends his regards. What happened, buddy? Oh, no. Aw. This also may be a meme. How sad. But I'm not, you know what? Since you know what? I'm going to give a gift to the conservatives on this day. I'm going to do what they do. Especially when it came to the Zaza Demon debacle. If I see information to the contrary of something that I want to believe, I'm just going to deny it. So I'm going to say that this conservative spent $3,000 to overturn democracy in Wisconsin, and then they punched their monitor. Fuck you. Let's go, everyone. Let's go. Turn the music back on. The party is here. We are here. We're in there. We're out there. Send me that. They block me. Or really the Cheney stand or the punch micro. Sure, I got you. Too many L's in one day. Transformation Central. Democratic Central. Oh, man. Dude, Prada Seawitch is not losing her lead by very much. She's been hovering around like 60%. Is she going to sweep the state by like 55%? Is she going to sweep the state by 55%? A 59 county landslide? 49 county landslide? That's crazy. I can feel it. I can feel it coming. It really do. Wisconsin is on track to be a fairly comfortable win for Prada Seawitch, perhaps a 4 to 7 point advantage. That's crazy. The W goes so strong, broskies. No movement on the Chicago race. Crazy. What's a Wisconsin? Cheese land. It's a blue wave. 500 miles inland and it's a blue wave. You love to see it. Kelly? Anything about Dan Kelly? Dan Aiel? Anything from him? No, it's just, that's crazy. It's so silent on the conservative front. Dan Kelly, instead of doing a normal conceit, he says, I do not have an opponent to which I do not have a worthy opponent to which I can concede. Nice one. How about you concede to the voters of Wisconsin who are tired of your like garbage? Ever thought about that, brother? Ever thought about that? The way you can have President Trump's back? Anything about, bro, they're just so quiet. No, ever since, what about Junior? Junior's been tweeting all day. Nope, just complete, holy crap, complete silence. Wow, complete silence from the Republicans. Wow. Not a single, they said vote today, and then that's it. Not nothing, literally nothing. I can't find a single one talking about it. Are they just gonna pretend that like it never existed? Like they never wanted to win this race in the first place? Like the race never happened? They're having a meeting? You think so? Yeah, quiet Republicans, that is super weird, right? All they do is talk. All they do is speak. I mean, Fox News is up to something.
A focus on getting this man and getting him again and getting him again. They're not going to stop. Right. And we find out tonight that the Wisconsin Supreme Court flipped and became controlled by the Democrats. There was that one race that they thought might go to the Republican. Right. Republicans lost that. So the Republican Party has enormous challenges, even in the headwinds that the Democrats have created with this horrific economy. So you got to get more votes somewhere. You got to get.
Holy crap, all of our culture war and not caring about anything that's actually affecting Americans has made it so Americans don't really care about us. And even when we lie and say that our like political friends who commit crimes actually didn't, and if they did, they shouldn't go to jail. Made it so people actually didn't not vote for our opponents. This is crazy. Who could have seen this coming? Who could have possibly have foretold an incredible turn of events? This is wild. There is no wishing glass that could have ever predicted such a world to come about. Oh no, look how mad Daniel Kelly is. Look at him. Look at him molding.
And it brings me no joy to say this. I wish that in a circumstance like this, I would be able to concede to a worthy opponent. But I do not have a worthy opponent to which I can concede.
He's so... Is he like an anime character? I only speak to the strongest and most worthy of opponents. What a loser. Listen, if your opponent is so unworthy to be able to even be spoken about, what does that say about you? My goodness. He's Goku. Hey, Janet, I heard you're strong. Let's race for the seat. What do you mean you won? You're not even strong. Don't compare him to Goku, because if Goku got beat, he'd be like, wow, you're strong. This guy got beat and he's like, wow, you're weak. If she's weak, then what are you? It's me, Goku. He's not Goku. He's just cringe. Cringe-ku. That is so sad. You're telling me that like pretending that voters' houses were going to get like nuked by a tornado when like a tornadoes are dropping in their area, and using that same message to promote like your candidate to vote for didn't actually work out in your favor? What? You're telling me people got upset when you what? 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 That's remarkable. I can't believe I lost the race to a worm like you. Yeah, I can't. I'm scrolling to my heart's content. I'm not gonna lie. I can't find a single conservative here that's talking about it. Not one. Not a singular one. They're just, all of them are completely silent. The people who put money into it, the people who have been promoting it, not a single person is wanting to speak up and say that like, yeah, not a single one wants to speak up and say that, hey, you know, we lost this one. They're not even saying that it was stolen. They're just not saying anything at all. You think they're just in shock? Wait, what about end wokeness? What about him? Because he told his followers to vote. How did that one work out for you? Nope, hasn't made a single tweet yet. He's talking about Brandon winning. Oh no. Brandon ran his entire campaign on anti-whiteness. He just won his race for mayor. No. Black labor versus white wealth. No. Wanting minorities to have a bit more money is literally anti-whiteness. That is so sad. Another L for conservatives today. As it goes. As it goes. Literally white genocide. Come in. The mayo has expired. This is so sad. Well, let me show you this. This encapsulates everything that we've seen today regarding the conservatives, okay? I promise you, this is literally it. Oh, yeah. No, you're not. What? Douche. He's dead. Oh, yeah. No, you're not. Oh no! He dropped like a ton of bricks. Douche. Oh no, dude! How could you do this, bro? They are bullies. Bullies. That is hilarious. Holy crap! Dark Brandon strikes. The Dark Brandon technique. Secret board style. You gonna see it one more time? Oh yeah. No, no, you're not. Oh! Oh! He said, no, you're not. He was right. He should have listened. I should have listened. Holy. Karma undefeated. We're free. Free Trump. Free Trump, free him. Yeah, no conservative, none, nothing, literally nothing. Not hearing a singular thing. That is crazy. That is remarkable. All they do is speak. All they do is cry, moan, complain, but they can't even muster that in anymore. Wow. Busy praying for Trump, I guess, but they were talking about this race earlier today. They were like, we're gonna show those Democrats how much we hate their ideas by voting for these Republicans across the country, and they're just wrong. Because everybody that I'm talking about who hasn't said anything, all of them said earlier today, make sure you get out there and vote. Now it's nothing. They're just quiet. That's actually kind of sad. I'm not gonna lie. Like, they were embarrassing before, but it's no longer embarrassing. Now it's simply just sad. They can't even muster saying a word about their own L's. It's just complete radio silence from all of them. Yeah, no, not a word. Not a peep out of any of them. That's crazy. Am I like, is it a bit much for me to be like pretty surprised about this? Because I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty surprised. Typically when all this type of stuff happens, they're like the first ones who are crying and complaining. Not even like the meme posters who are like, who always try and spin. You know what's crazy to me? Now it's really weird, right? They're not even trying to spin it as like the election was stolen, like they typically do. It's not like they actually won and it was stolen. It's just silence. It's just sad. What about like Red Eagle politics? What do you think about that? Wait, let me see. He's got anything on this? This is literally his job to like tell conservatives that they're going to completely win. Oh no, he's still talking about the midterms. My bad. He literally just released a video on why it's not Donald Trump's fault that the Republicans lost the midterms. Anything else? Nope. Here, he released this 3 weeks ago. Let's see.
Hello everybody and welcome back to Red Eagle Politics. Make sure you like this video down below and subscribe to the channel.
I don't care.
Are liberal-leaning justices because they technically are nonpartisan. The liberal candidates combined for 54% of the vote. The conservative candidates combined for 46, so they lost by 8, although that is likely going to not be the same electorate as the electorate that will be taking place in the April 4th election, which is coming up in just about 3 weeks from now. And it's important we talk about this because it seems as if the tides may...
He was wrong. He was wrong. Oh no, dude.
Be changing. It does seem as if the funding gap is closing. And what could this mean down the stretch? Could the court stay a conservative court? It very well possibly could. This is likely going to go down the wire either way. So we are going to dive into it and talk about some of the more recent developments on this race that will be taking place in about 3 weeks from now. But first, I have to tell you guys about our very good friends over here for this state Supreme Court election. And you have a divided field. That's the first thing you have to note. There's a divided field between Daniel Kelly, who was a former conservative justice on the court that lost in 2020. We'll talk about why in a second. And Jennifer Doro, who was the judge on the Darrell Brooks trial, the Waukesha massacre trial in Waukesha. That's why she did so well in Waukesha County, did very well in the Milwaukee area. Outstate, you saw Daniel Kelly do very well. He started to, pick up some of those counties outstate, one could say, where there was just such a plurality that Janet Prostatsowitz, or however you pronounce her name, some people will say potatoes, but Kelly did well enough to get a plurality over the liberal candidate as well as over Jennifer Doro. And that is true. And there's a lot at stake here. And turnout was a problem. But you look at the fact that you have this divided field. The left consistently rallies behind one candidate. You had Everett Mitchell in the race. He really wasn't funded. He was this far left candidate. He only got 7.5% of the vote. I think he got, 14% in Milwaukee and Madison? That's about it. And elsewhere in the state, he got next to nothing. But conservatives have this divide, and it is hurting them. And there's really not that much of a difference between somebody like Daniel Kelly and somebody like Jennifer Doro. Doro was supported more by the WOW counties, one could say, more by the establishment due to locational proximity. But her and Daniel Kelly are not super different on because they have awful geography in the state of Wisconsin, so they're going to gerrymander the maps in their favor. Election laws, you talk about what's going to be happening there. They're going to probably do anything they can do to reinstate some form of universal vote by mail, etc.
Can you imagine if Wisconsin was gerrymandered? That'd be like so sad. It'd be like so against democracy or something. I'm so glad Wisconsin isn't gerrymandered right now, and the conservatives care a lot about democracy and fair maps because they know if the maps are fair, then they'll win by having gumption, a working class spirit, and a patriotic message. Right, guys?
Etc. In the state of Wisconsin, they could get rid of some of the election laws, or they could not shoot down election laws that the state Supreme Court has shot down. Keep in mind, this court was very pivotal during COVID because they kept the state open longer than Evers really wanted the state to be open for. And the education issue, the parents' rights issue, every single issue is at stake here in the state of Wisconsin. If you have a Democrat or a liberal controlled court, they're going to do everything possible to make the state kind of how Michigan is and make sure that they can make the state a one-party state in the future, or at least try to stop the red trends that...
What do you mean one-party state? The only reason Michigan would ever be a one-party state is because Democrats are simply better than Republicans. Like, Michigan was, like, it was near impossible for the Democrats to win, like, the House and the Senate in Michigan for like 40 years. And now it's fair, and now once the maps become fair, it's a one-party state. Yeah, it's crazy how, like, Michigan feels like a one-party state when, like, the Republicans are out of office and the Democrats can actually provide on, like, what the voters actually want. It's crazy how you keep getting voted into office in fair maps when you actually care about what voters care about. Crazy.
Are persisting in the state because the state does seem like it's moving in the Republican direction, but they're going to do everything they can do to stop that. They're going to try to keep the state as liberal as they possibly can. So the good news is it does seem as if the climate is shifting. Daniel Kelly, a lot of people said, was an awful candidate. And the reason why they said that was because he lost. He's been a part of the political establishment for a while. I don't mean that in necessarily a pejorative way, but he's been a part of the Supreme Court. He was a solid judge when he was on the Supreme Court, a solid justice there in Wisconsin. But he's already an established figure. One could say established over the term establishment, which, as I've said, is typically a pejorative term, especially in these circles. But what we do know is that he got decked in 2020. But keep in mind, he got a majority of the vote in the first initial primary there, a primary where Democrats only got 37% last time around. This time around, they have 54 or whatever. But in the general election, he lost by a combined 10.5 percentage points to Jill Karofsky. The county map was absolutely awful for him in the Driftless area, even in some of these deep red counties now that Trump flipped from 2012 to 2016. Daniel Kelly ended up losing that. And the reason why is because of the fact that the election for this was on the same day as the Democrat primary for president was. Bernie Sanders got 300,000 votes. He had no shot in this race. He dropped out the night of, even though they haven't even finished counting the ballots or whatever. So Bernie Sanders stayed in the race for longer just so Jill Karofsky would end up winning this race by the margin she did. It's possible that she could have won it either way, but you look at the numbers there, about, what is that, 140 or 160,000 votes or so? I mean, Bernie Sanders on his own, and obviously there were other candidates in the race. Some of them already dropped out, yet people like, I think Tulsi Gabbard was still in the race, whatever. But those votes definitely helped down ballot. Some of these people that dropped out, whatever, it doesn't exactly matter. You have candidates like Elizabeth Warren, Bloomberg, early voting definitely carried them over the finish line. And there was approximately 340,000 extra voters in this race that did not exactly vote for Joe Biden. Donald Trump, I think, got more votes than Biden, or around that range. He was in an uncontested primary. But that definitely played a role at limiting the numbers that Daniel Kelly was than a Republican, even though the Republican Party is endorsing him, just like the Democrats are endorsing. For Stotzowitz, he has the Ron Johnson endorsement. He has the Jennifer Doro endorsement. She's being a team player. That's good. You love to see it. And it all comes down to turnout. That's what it comes down to. Money matters in a race like this. You talk about that. It's increasing, and this is true. They conducted a poll, an internal unreleased poll, before they booked a $3.2 million ad buy over the next few weeks based on its findings alone. And if the poll showed that Kelly could not win, they probably would not have booked the ads. But either way,
Did that poll really say that Kelly could win? Because I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, this is not good. This is not a good showing for Kelly and the conservative front here. Wisconsin Neanderthal. I love that.
We know how polls
Thank
can
you,
be
Wisconsin
off
Neanderthal.
if turnout is off. You have to turn out the voters. Turnout was awful in a lot of these places in southwestern Wisconsin in the primary. You're going to have to get those two-time Trump voters who may have skipped a midterm or two out to vote for Daniel Kelly. Wow County turnout, you should get them regardless. Wow County turnout in 2020 in this election was just fine. Kelly got Trump margins in Waukesha County there. He's probably going to get similar margins this time around, and that will be good enough to win so long as rural turnout is decent enough. And they're going to have to do that. They're going to have to get as many voters out to vote possible. They can't just rely on the suburbs to win. They're going to have to do better outstate. They're going to have to get those voters out and voting And if they are able to do that, then they will indeed be able to win this race. So it really comes down to that. Now, you look at what happened in Oklahoma recently with the referendum there. You look at what happened in some of these special elections, not all of them, but some of them in Pennsylvania, where Republicans finally have been starting to use early voting and absentees to their advantage in states where that's par for the course, and they're doing better as a result. So they're going to have to utilize the election system the same way the left does so they can
What, you mean vote? Wait.
maximize turnout. If Democrats are going to be getting out their voters and...
All right, then. It's crazy how Republicans ruined their own voting chances for like a bunch of years simply because they thought that like early votes were counted by the devil. That's so sad. Oh, sorry. I didn't see you there. If you're enjoying the content, hit the subscribe button. If you don't, it'll make Boo very sad. I know a bunch of you who are watching are not subscribed. Join the frenzy. You won't regret it. Thank you, Boo.